All right, in our studio right now, this conversation is with Ray Kaplan of the Kaplan Law Firm. This conversation is sponsored by the Kaplan Law Firm. And as always, with Ray, we talk about student loans. But this time I want to speak with you specifically about Parent Plus loans, which is a topic that comes up often, Ray, when you're a guest or when we're doing your commercials. How are you, by the way?
I'm fine, John. Thank you for having me again.
Parent Plus loans are loans that you've signed, co-signed? Is that the word, co-signed?
Parent Plus loans are really when a parent takes out federal student loans to finance their kid's education.
So I've taken out a loan on my own
to
help my son. And
right.
How often do people do that?
All the time.
Do you recommend that people do that?
I do. I like federal Parent Plus loans. They're much, much better than ever taking out a private loan. And the reason for that is that, again, under the statute that governs these federal loans, there are so many really good options to either pay very little or to get rid of them altogether.
So if my kid's in college, they're 18, 19, 22 years old, something like that. So maybe I'm 40 or 50 years old. But if I'm on SSI or SSD, if I'm a Social Security income or disability recipient, then what happens?
And you're retired and you're no longer employed. Then we really should take a look at something called a TPD discharge, meaning the application to get all of your federal loans, Parent Plus loans, your own federal Stafford loans, to get all of them forgiven under this application. As long as you are not employed and you're receiving, or if you're receiving SSI, SSD, then you're going to be eligible for it. So that means all of these people out there who are paying, $800 to $1,500 a month to pay off their federal Parent Plus loans, we potentially can get rid of their loans under the statute.
There are 65-year-olds who are still paying student loans?
Absolutely. They
for
pay
their kids who are younger. Maybe would it apply for grandkids?
Yes. As long as it's a federal Parent Plus loan, then they're eligible.
So would you recommend that the parents or grandparents take out the loans rather than the students take out the loans?
Often what happens is that for undergrad, parents have to take out federal Parent Plus loans because there are caps on the undergrad amounts that you can take. But for graduate school, usually the student borrower can take out as much as they need because there's no cap.
Right, but if the parents are willing to do so and there's this forgiveness, or the grandparents, then maybe that's an attractive option for them.
It's a fantastic option. We just recently had a client where we got rid of over $100,000 worth of their federal Parent Plus loans.
These stories you know how I feel about these stories. I'm amazed. I want to be in the room when you tell somebody. So somebody came in, a client of yours.
Right.
They're on Social Security?
They are. They're retired, and actually they have, I think, an arthritis condition. And we actually had to get a doctor's certification, but they've had this arthritis condition. He really can't work. He's retired, and he has other sources of income, but he's not employed.
How did he have all those loans? They were loans for his kids or grandkids?
Parent Plus loans.
Parent Plus loans.
Right, for more than one kid.
And he's been carrying them for a while, I guess.
Oh, yes, years.
Oh, my God.
Huge
And so he still owes over $100,000.
Right.
And now?
They're forgiven. Done. So as long as you don't work now for the next 3 years, there's a 3-year monitoring time after the loans are forgiven under the TPD discharge. If he went back to work and he was making over a certain amount of income, then they would revoke that discharge. But if you're not working and you're retired, then most likely you're going to be eligible for this.
What's the phone number to call your offices?
312-294-8989.
312-294-8989, or visit financialrelief.com.
Right.
That's what we're talking about, financial relief, or call 312-294-8989. That's the Kaplan Law Firm. Okay, Ray, thanks for coming in again.
Thank you for having me.
Positively amazing. It's 1:59. We'll do the news next from the Northwestern Medicine News.